Welcome to the Golden Hour, brought to you by Friendship Haven. Together we celebrate life, stories, and connection. Support for this show comes from Fort Dodge Ford Lincoln Toyota and Fort Dodge Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, standing by our community every mile of the way. With the support of Fort Dodge Ford Lincoln Toyota and Fort Dodge Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, we're proud to share these stories with our community.
We are bombarded with anti-aging messages every day. We do not hear enough about aging well. We happen to have great access to people who are not only aging well, but are doing so with grace, dignity, and humor. Growing older is not about slowing down always. It's about living fully, laughing often, and sharing wisdom. So pour yourself a cup of coffee, settle in, and join us for stories from the experts that inspire and uplift. My name is Julie Thorson, and this is The Golden Hour. Today's guest, I feel like I need to build up the introduction, is the one, the only, the famous Fort Dodge Jay-Z, John Zuerrer. John, I am so excited to have this conversation with you. How are you feeling about being here?
Nervous.
Nervous? Out of all the words I could have thought for you to use. Well, okay, every time we start the podcast, you know, your expert status, we're talking about aging well. So we have to know, how young are you? I'll confess my age.
Right now, I'm 77.
77. You have a birthday coming up, don't you?
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day, you'll be 78. Well, I am 52. I'm getting close to expert status, yes?
You bet.
Well, you think so?
No kidding.
Well, tell us.
But you have still a ways to go.
I have a little ways to go. You know, my introduction, you know, for Fort Dodge, for people in Fort Dodge, most know who Jay-Z is. Tell us a little bit about your Fort Dodge roots and who you are and your Fort Dodge background, because it's fascinating.
Well, my great-grandfather came over from Switzerland, and he became a minister at St. Paul Lutheran Church. And he had my grandfather, of course, who was president of, used to be the Fort Dodge National Bank. And then my father, Ernest Zuerrer, he worked at Hormel's for years until he had his car accident and was killed. And then there's me. That's really the history of how the Zuerrer family became to Fort Dodge.
Came to Fort Dodge, and a lot of stories do. A lot of the stories of Fort Dodge of the past have a strong connection to Hormel.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's sad that Fort Dodge still doesn't have.
That was a big part of Fort Dodge.
It sure was.
So tell me about your career in Fort Dodge. What did you do while you were in your working days?
Well, my first job that I had was a teaching job at Sacred Heart School. I had all the grades K through 8 teaching music. I had a double major from Buena Vista College in business and teaching music. Mm-hmm. So I taught basically there for, I think it was 3 years before they decided, you know, they were going to consolidate and go their way, you know. Mm-hmm. And from there, I went and I worked at Plywood, Minnesota for years until they changed to the floor to ceiling store. So from the floor to ceiling store, I worked there, I think, about 4 years, and then I thought, well, I'm going to look for something different. And I went into grocery shopping at good old-fashioned Randall's, and Dwayne Wallachite came and says, hey, I hear you might be looking for a job. And I said, yeah, I sure would. And so I was at Randall's for 17 years. And
you weren't just at Randall's. You were a Randall's, like, would icon be the right word, John? I mean, you were kind of a Randall's staple. You went to Randall's, and most times we would see you.
Yes. I was up in the front as a front-end manager. And when Randall's closed, I started looking for jobs. Mm-hmm. Well, my cousin Fred Moeller said, hey, we can use you as receptionist in taking, appointments, stuff like that.
Right.
So I basically said, okay, I'll do that. And I think I did that for maybe 6 or 7 years. And then my mom was failing in health. And I said, asked him if it would be okay, if I retired and basically helped and took care of Mom.
Right, right.
And Mom got to feeling a little bit better. And then Don Bergman called me, and he wanted me to do the front desk, office work, book work, which I did,
Right.
Until basically he retired. And that's about the story of my life.
Well, so your path took you many different directions, and you've had some adversity, even going back to your dad. How would you say you've had to, or what has been your motivation in overcoming those changes in life over the years?
Well, I lost my dad when I was in my second year of college at Iowa Central here in a car accident. And I basically stayed at home for a while to get Mom through things or whatever. Mm-hmm. But it was strange. The Zuerrer family basically came from my great-grandfather, who was in Switzerland, and he wanted to come to the United States. So he came to the United States and went down to St. Louis to the seminary. And long story short, he became the minister at St. Paul Lutheran Church. And then from there, the Zuerrer name just kept going down. And as of today, I am the sole surviving Zuerrer in the United States of America.
Wow. So how do you feel about that, John?
Well, I should say there's probably a lot of people that'll say, yay, the Zuerrer name is gone. But I'm honored. I've lived a good life, and I don't think I would change one thing. You have a lot. The one thing that I've always noticed about you, knowing you all these years, when some people say their name, it's kind of like, oh, my name is, but you always say your name with a lot of pride. You can hear it in your voice. You can see it on your face, but that's just always something I've noticed about you. Well, thank you. I'm proud of who I am and what I have become. You mentioned you went to school for music, and music it's no secret, music is a big part of your life. I would say it's probably your passion, yes? Oh, yes.
Tell us about where that comes from and how that keeps you motivated and inspired every day.
My father had a good voice, very good voice.
As do you.
Well, thank you. But my first solo was at my great uncle's funeral.
Oh, gosh.
I was 6 years old, and they wanted me to sing How Great Thou Art.
At 6?
6 years old.
Oh, boy. What are your memories of that moment?
You know, when you're that young and you're singing, it really didn't bother me. I just got up there and I sang the song for Uncle Walter. So
then how did your musical career progress from there?
It just grew and grew and grew. I was in our St. Paul Lutheran senior choir at a young age, and it just continued. I was in the high school, went to college, and I had a double major in music education and business. And music has been a big part of my life. I was in the Lancer Drum and Bugle Corps for 17 years.
Oh, gosh.
Played drums. We were fortunate. We marched in the John F. Kennedy inaugural parade. The Lancers did.
No kidding.
Very cold. And of course, the drummers could not wear gloves because of the slickness of the drumsticks.
Sure.
But when we finished that parade, our hands were literally frozen like we had it. It was very cold, but
I bet.
It was quite an honor.
To do that?
Yes.
What other, well, that's quite a memory. What other musical memories or honors do you have or you reflect on and you think about your musical career?
Well, the high school, Fort Dodge Senior High, had the letterman come and sing at an assembly. And I was fortunate enough to go and sing with them.
Now, remind us who the lettermen were or are.
They were.
I should know that.
They were a group of men, 4 men, and they sang all different kinds of music.
Okay.
Pop, sacred, everything. And they came for an assembly for us because they were near Fort Dodge area.
Sure.
And then later on in years, they were down on Des Moines at the Civic Center. And they spotted me.
Oh.
And I got up to sing with them.
On stage?
On stage.
Oh, my.
At the Civic Center.
How was that?
It was unreal. Really unreal.
I love it. I love it.
But
and your music has touched, I mean, I would say hundreds, thousands of people's lives. I mean, including our own. You sang at my father-in-law, Sherwin Thorson's service, and that wasn't even I don't think you hesitated for 10 seconds before agreeing to do that. And I know you've done that for so many families over the years. What has that meant to you to be that person?
I feel very honored. God has given me a voice, but the older we get, it sort of eases away, but you still do it. I kept track, and I have sung at 602 funerals.
602?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Weddings, I have sung at 150.
Wow.
God has been very good to me.
How do you approach that? I mean, what's your mind frame when you're asked to do that, when you're performing? That's a different kind of performance.
Well, yes. I feel that I should say no anymore because, the older we get, your voice changes and whatever. But it just boils down to where the good Lord has blessed me.
Absolutely. And we're blessed because of you.
Well, thank you.
How are you today enjoying, participating, embracing music in your life?
Well, as most people don't know, but I am a resident of Friendship Haven, and I continue my singing in the choir there at Friendship Haven. And that's fun,
And we enjoy it so much.
Thank you. The older we get, the faster the voice goes.
I'm going to push back because, I feel like there's more tapestry to the music. There's more personality to the music. And I know I don't have the same ear you have, but I enjoy our choir so much because you can see the emotion. You can feel the energy, and people really want to be there and they're really passionate. It's not something that has just faded away.
So true. So true.
Yeah. What, in other ways, we should maybe talk about these silly t-shirts we have on.
Sure.
Good vibes, live tunes, and bright booms. This is our Friendship Haven annual fundraiser. It's a little different this year. It's called Havenpalooza. And you, John, we have had an annual musical event that's been a fundraiser for, I want to say, over 20 years. And I think you've been a supporter every single year, an attendee, a supporter. Why is this event important to you?
My whole family, from my aunts and uncles way back or whatever, great aunts and uncles, all came out to Friendship Haven when it was, what do I want to say, their time of life.
The right time.
That's
the right time. Right.
And when I lost my mother, I stayed at home. I cared for her. Mm-hmm. I thought, I really don't need to be in this house anymore. And I was at coffee. We have a coffee club, us guys. And Bruce Shimcat was one of them. And jokingly, I said, I think I'll go to Friendship Haven and get out of the house, whatever. And I was sort of halfway joking.
Right.
Well, that afternoon, I get a call from Friendship Haven. Oh, I hear you're interested in coming out to Friendship Haven. I think it was, maybe 2 months later, I was at Friendship Haven.
Yeah.
I'm in a townhome. I love it.
You have a lot of weird decorations, though, outside.
Oh, they're wonderful decorations. Go Hawkeyes.
We'll let you stay there, even though you've got the Hawkeyes decorations out there. No, I'm just kidding. We have fun, though. We have fun.
Yeah, we do. I'm for both.
I am too.
I am, until they play each other.
And then you're going,
I'm a Hawk.
then you have
I
yellow
didn't even go to Iowa.
Then you have gold and black on, right?
That's right.
Well, John, you talked about your coffee club. You talked about Friendship Haven. You talked about the event. There's a theme there about relationships. And, you mentioned growing older earlier. Tell me about what having social connect. You're a very social guy. You're hard to find at home. You're hard to find in the townhome. You're out and about a lot. But our podcast is talking about aging well. What have those social connections and those friendships and those relationships meant to you over the years?
A lot. A lot. I'm always on the go, And I've always said that, of course, I'm no spring chicken anymore, but I always said that as long as I can, I will go and talk with people who are older and try to just brighten up their day, cheer them up. Yeah. You know, take a couple of rolls to, and just sit and have coffee with them and talk with them. I guess that's just me.
Yeah. Well, and isolation and loneliness, as we grow older is really can be a hard thing to overcome. And, staying active and staying social and going to your coffee clubs and, doing those things that sustains you in a lot of ways.
Of course, you're saying when you're alone or whatever. I do. I've always had dogs my whole life. Mm-hmm. But I knew that when I moved out to Friendship Haven, you have to go out and walk the dog, clean up after him or whatever. Well, my nieces and nephews and great nieces and nephews got me a little kitty from a shelter. Mm-hmm. And so I have a little cat running around. But
I forget your cat's name.
Cuddles.
That's right. I did know that. Oh, yeah. Gosh, how'd I forget that?
Yeah.
So Havenpalooza actually is going to take place on the Friendship Haven campus on the west side of the Journeys building, just east of the college. At 3:00, June 19th, which is actually the day our podcast airs. So today is Havenpalooza Day. And over the years, we've had some wonderful musical acts for our annual event.
Excellent. And I'm sure that we're going to have just as good of entertainment.
Well, this year, we're expanding. Mm-hmm. As you know, the event starts earlier. It actually is going to start at 3:00 in the afternoon, and we have 5 local acts. So we have Chris Carr, Aaron Shoemaker, Spencer Sukon, Stadium Drive, and then the headliner this year is Jared Benson Music. So the music is going to be flowing from 3 until 10:30. But this year we're also doing something I think was your suggestion, actually. We had fireworks for the first time last year, which was great, but we didn't time out the music with the fireworks. So this year, Jared Benson will actually be playing through the end of the fireworks some patriotic music.
Perfect.
It's going to be a fun time. Yeah. And it's a family event this time. Kids are welcome. We have food trucks.
I was just going to say, we have food trucks this
year. I
think
they have 5 secured, but all the information is, of course, online. And, of course, I mean, one of the big reasons someone could go is they could come out and meet you.
Oh, no.
Yes. We have the VIP tent, which I'm sure you will be at.
Oh, I'll hide.
No, you'll hide. No, we're excited. This is a great community event for people to come together, experience Friendship Haven. It's our annual fundraiser, but it's actually a really wonderful event.
Well, I have to say, if you ever need to leave your home, you definitely have to go to Friendship Haven.
Oh, well, I appreciate that.
I mean, we go way back, our families. Mm-hmm. And I can remember sitting in the old chapel with my great aunt, and it's a great place.
Well, thank you, John.
Great place.
I know over the 75 years, things have changed, but the history, the heart of Friendship Haven is still the same.
Exactly.
It really is.
Everything changed 75 years.
Yeah.
But you still get the good care.
Good vibes.
Everything, yes.
Well, you're not quite done yet, John. We have a speed round. So every podcast, we end with the same 5 questions. Okay, so here's your speed round. All right, buckle up. What is something today about technology that surprises you?
Oh, how far they've come. I mean, I can remember black and white TV, and now we've got these big screens, everything. I would say the advancements of almost everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
of course, when
It's
you
funny
get
now
as old as I am, it goes.
I don't know if it's, when I talk to younger kids and I ask them if they know what a rotary phone is or what a cassette tape is. And, it does go fast. What is something from your teen years, John, that would surprise people? What is something from your teenage years that would surprise people? Oh gosh, you've got a mischievous look on your face.
No. Well, I had a paper route.
Okay.
And Paul Gritton with the Des Moines Register, you had to be 10 years old before you could become. And I was only 9.
Oh, so you were breaking the rules.
I did break the rules, but he let me break the rules.
There you go.
And I carried my paper route all the way through until I went to BV for my third year.
Oh my gosh.
Third year of college.
You're kidding.
No.
So you retired from that was a retirement party.
Well, really.
After working that long.
Yeah.
Okay. What is something, here's a good one. I can't figure out how you're going to answer this one. What is something about you today that would surprise people?
Probably that as old as I am, I still go out to visit people, shut-ins from our church or whatever. If they're sitting alone, I know how lonely it can be.
Oh, that is good.
And so I just extend myself to people that I know that are alone and go and sit and visit with them.
I love that. Who surprises you?
I would probably say my nieces and nephews.
Oh, how so?
You can be sitting there and thinking or doing something, and I'll sometimes think, now, why aren't they calling or whatever? I know they're busy, but then the phone will ring and it'll be one of them or something like that. That's, I don't get to see them that often. When one lives in Texas, one lives in Clyde, and the other one in Missouri. So,
but the calls come at the right time.
They're right.
Oh, I love that.
They do.
I love that.
They come at just the right time.
Great.
When you're feeling down or lowly,
you get a call.
I get a call.
I love that. All right, last one. These aren't too hard, right?
No.
These aren't too hard.
No.
Okay, were you surprised today? And if so, how were you surprised today?
I haven't been surprised today.
Oh, well, there's still time.
Well, I'm surprised that I'm sitting here doing this podcast.
Well, you never know. There you go. Well, I've certainly enjoyed visiting with you, John, and I know a lot of people are going to enjoy listening to this. I've always admired your positive attitude and your passion for music and your passion for people, really. You are a great example to so many of us, and I appreciate you so much. You've been a great friend, and it's just been so fun to have you on the podcast today.
Thank you so much.
As we wrap up today's conversation, we're reminded of why this podcast is called The Golden Hour. Just like the golden hour in photography, when the light is softer, warmer, almost magical, and everything seems to glow, aging brings its own kind of brilliance. It's a time when perspective sharpens, humor deepens, and life's beauty shines through. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, may you continue to find light, laughter, and joy in your own golden hours.
This podcast is produced by Spin Market and Digital. Located in Fort Dodge, Iowa, Spin Market's highly skilled team can help you increase your market by updating your website, improving SEO, designing advertisements, and producing podcasts that will grab the attention of your market. Contact Spin Market today for all your digital marketing needs at digitalagent@spinmarket.com or call us at 515-302-8026. And to learn more, visit our website at www.spinmarket.com. That's digitalagent@spinmarket.com or 515-302-8026. Or visit our website at www.spinmarket.com.